I found out my in-laws had been secretly taking money from my husband's paycheck to fund his sister's online business. When I confronted them, my mother-in-law snapped, "She's the smart one, we're just setting her up for success." My husband just shrugged, "It's family." I quietly opened a separate account that same night. 3 months later, they're desperately calling me as everything collapses around them. I never imagined I'd end up the kind of woman who plots behind her husband's back. I used to believe in love, in teamwork, in marriage being a partnership. I used to think my in-laws were annoying, sure, but well-meaning. And I thought my husband, Jason, would always choose me when it came down to it. I was wrong. Jason and I had been married for 5 years, living in a small suburb just outside Pittsburgh. I worked full-time as a dental hygienist, and Jason was a logistics manager at a warehouse. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. We had a 3-bedroom ranch house, 1 dog, no kids yet, and I thought we were building a future together. We had been talking about starting a family. I was ready. Jason kept saying soon. That's what he always said. Soon. That soon stretched on for over a year while we scrimped and saved, cut back on vacations, and I even picked up a Saturday shift at the dental office. All for our family fund, which we kept in our joint savings account. Except the savings weren't growing. I brought it up several times. "Why does it feel like we're standing still?" I'd ask Jason. He'd wave it off. "Bills. Inflation. Just normal stuff." I wanted to believe him. Until one Saturday morning, I went to grab some coffee while Jason was in the shower. His phone buzzed on the counter. Normally, I wouldn't look. But the preview of the notification caught my eye. Zelle transfer confirmed, $1,000 sent to Bella B Threads LLC. That name struck me immediately. Bella is Jason's sister. She had dropped out of college to focus on her online clothing brand. She posted constantly on Instagram about building her empire, but the only customers I ever saw commenting were her mom and a few sorority friends. I opened the banking app. I scrolled. $1,000. Then another $800 2 weeks before that. $1,200 a month before that. My stomach dropped. Jason came out of the shower, towel around his waist, humming like everything was fine. I asked, "Hey, what's Bella B Threads?" He froze. Then laughed, like it was no big deal. "Oh, that's Bella's thing. She's got that online shop, remember? And why are we sending her thousands of dollars?" He shrugged. "It's family. She needed some help getting off the ground." "Jason. That's our money." He didn't even flinch. "It's fine. My mom handles it, she just pulls it from my check before it hits our joint. You still get your half." "My half?" Like we were business partners, not husband and wife. I didn't even know what to say. I just stood there, stunned, watching him dry off like he hadn't just dropped a bomb. I drove to his parents' house that afternoon. I wanted answers. Jason stayed behind. "Don't cause drama," he warned. I rang the doorbell. His mom, Diane, opened the door with a wide fake smile. "Hey, honey. Come in." I didn't sit down. I asked straight out. "Have you been taking money from Jason's paychecks to send to Bella?" She didn't even try to lie. "Yes, of course. It's for the business. We're investing in her future." I blinked. "You didn't think to ask us? To mention it?" She scoffed. "You wouldn't have understood. Try me." Then came the line that lit a fire in me I can't describe. "She's the smart one," Diane said, arms crossed. "We're just setting her up for success. Jason doesn't need much. He has a stable job. You have yours. You two are fine. Like our future didn't matter. Like our sacrifices were nothing." I left without saying another word. Jason didn't fight me on it when I brought it up that night. He said again, "It's family. Let it go." I didn't. I opened a new account in my name the next morning. Quietly rerouted my paycheck. I got a new credit card too, one that wasn't connected to anything he had access to. I moved half of our joint savings into it when I noticed he stopped checking balances. Then I started watching. Tracking every payment that left his check. Every Zelle transfer to Bella. Every little deposit and deduction. Bella's business was a money pit. She was burning through cash like a wildfire. Then came the real kicker. I found out Jason took out a small personal loan, $10,000, without telling me. It went straight to Diane's bank account. I only knew because the paperwork showed up in the mail addressed to both of us. He never even mentioned it. I didn't confront him. I just planned. Over the next 3 months, I separated everything I could: bills, utilities, even the dog's vet records. I took photos of bank statements, loan documents, and all the Zelle transfers. I printed them. I made copies. Then I waited. Bella's Instagram posts started getting weird. She was suddenly doing fire sales, claiming everything was limited edition and going out soon. Diane started posting about how people don't support family anymore. Jason got quiet. Real quiet. One day, he came home looking defeated. I asked, "Everything okay?" He sighed. "Bella can't make rent for her warehouse space. My mom's freaking out. The loan's due and there's no money." I said, "That's rough." He looked at me like he was waiting for sympathy. I didn't offer any. A week later, I filed for separation. When Jason came home and saw the papers, he looked like I'd slapped him. "What the hell is this?" I said, "I warned you. You chose them over me. You stole from me." It wasn't stealing. It was helping my sister. I opened the folder I'd kept hidden for months. Every transfer. Every document. Every lie. I said, "This is fraud, Jason. You didn't tell me about that loan. You put us both in debt. I'm not going down with you." He went pale. I moved out that night. Stayed with my cousin in Monroeville for a while. I told my boss everything, without too much detail, and picked up more hours. I was fine. Then the calls started. Diane. Bella. Even Jason. Desperate voicemails. Crying. Begging. "Please, can you just talk to him? Bella's business is failing, we're losing everything, we didn't mean for it to get this bad," but I didn't answer. They made their choices. I had more than enough evidence to protect myself legally. I wasn't liable for the loan, Jason had forged my signature. My lawyer jumped on it. But their collapse had only just begun. 2 weeks after I left, Jason showed up at my cousin's doorstep. I hadn't told him where I was staying. I still don't know how he found out. Probably his mom. I opened the door a crack. He looked rough, dark circles, red eyes, like he hadn't slept in days. "I just want to talk," he said. I stepped outside and closed the door behind me. He didn't waste time. Bella's in serious trouble. Her warehouse got locked up. She owes back rent, the supplier cut her off, and her credit cards are maxed. I crossed my arms. "And that's my problem, how?" "She put the loan in your name, too." My stomach twisted. "What?" He ran a hand through his hair. "We needed collateral. Diane, she said it was fine. She had someone help with the paperwork. It's technically in your name now." That's when I knew it had gone deeper than I ever imagined. "You forged my signature again?" I asked quietly. He didn't say anything. I felt cold. I called my lawyer that same day. She moved fast. Filed police reports, froze accounts, issued a fraud alert with the credit agencies. She said it was going to take time, but I'd be protected. Still, I had to sit through interviews, submit handwriting samples, and explain over and over how my own husband and his mother committed identity theft. A week later, Diane called and left a voicemail screaming, "You're tearing this family apart. You think you're better than us? You'll regret this when you're alone and miserable." I saved that voicemail. My lawyer said it would help. Then I got another message, this time from Bella herself. She sent a long email pretending to apologize, claiming she didn't know the loan was in my name, that she wasn't good with money, and that she trusted Jason and Mom to handle things. She ended the email by asking if I'd consider co-signing a fresh loan so she could restart the business the right way. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to my lawyer. Meanwhile, Jason started spiraling. He moved back in with his parents. Diane made dramatic Facebook posts, calling me cold, ungrateful, and a gold digger. She told everyone I abandoned the family in their darkest hour. A few mutual friends asked me what really happened. I sent them the PDF folder. Silence followed. One by one, they stopped liking her posts. Then came the twist I didn't see coming. Jason got fired. Apparently, his employer found out about the loan situation. Something about using falsified documents during a background check for an internal promotion. They didn't want the liability. Just like that, he lost his job. He tried to pin it on me. "You ruined my life," he messaged one night. I didn't respond. 3 days later, I got a call from my old landlord. Jason had trashed the house after I left. Broken cabinets, holes in the wall, even poured paint down the bathroom sink. We still had both our names on the lease, but he was the one staying. The landlord wanted repairs or legal action. My lawyer again. I showed proof of when I left and who was in the house. She made it clear I wasn't responsible. Jason was. Then something strange happened. Bella disappeared. I don't mean ran away. I mean online, gone. Her Instagram? Wiped. Business website? Under construction. TikTok? Deleted. Rumors swirled. Someone claimed she got caught using stolen credit cards to buy reviews and fake followers. Another said she owed a print shop thousands and just stopped answering calls. I didn't care. I stayed focused. I started therapy. My cousin helped me find a new apartment near Ross Township. Small, clean, quiet. I didn't need much. I just needed peace. Then, one night around 10:30 p.m., I heard a knock at the door. It was Diane. She looked awful. Wet hair, sweatpants, mascara smudged. She begged. "We lost everything. Jason's in debt. Bella's gone. Please, we just need a little help. Just a few $1,000s to stay afloat." I didn't say a word. I closed the door in her face. She banged and cried and shouted. Eventually, she left. That was 2 months ago. But I know this isn't over. They're desperate now. They're capable of worse. And they think I'm still the same quiet girl who used to smile at their insults and laugh off their jabs. But I've changed. After Diane showed up at my door, I changed the locks and installed a camera above the porch. I didn't tell anyone where I lived, not even old friends. I'd learned the hard way how fast trust could be turned into a weapon. I thought I was safe. Until I got a call from the HR department at my dental office. "Hey, just a heads up," my manager said, voice tight. "We got a call from someone claiming you were under investigation for financial fraud." They didn't give a name, but it sounded personal. I felt my stomach drop. "Did they leave a number?" I asked. "No. But it was a woman. She said she was concerned and wanted to warn us about your character. Diane. Or maybe Bella. They were trying to ruin my job now." I explained the situation to my manager. I even offered to bring in the lawyer's letter confirming I was the victim, not the suspect. She waved it off. "We know who you are. Don't worry." But I did worry. Because they were escalating. That night, my cousin called from across town. "Hey, did you tell anyone you used my address to file for separation?" "No." "Why?" "Because someone put a flyer on my windshield. Said you were a thief. A liar. Had your face on it. I drove over." She was right. A piece of paper, cheaply printed, with a grainy photo from my wedding day, taped to a dozen car windows on her block. Underneath, in all caps, it said, "Watch out for this woman, she destroys families for money." I stared at it. My hands were shaking. "Who the hell does this?" my cousin muttered. I knew exactly who did it. But there was no proof. Just more harassment. I reported it to the police. The officer shrugged. "Unless you catch them doing it or they threaten you directly, it's hard to prove." They were careful. They wanted me rattled. But all they did was fuel the fire. That's when I made my next move. I called in a favor from a friend I hadn't spoken to in years, Tina. She used to work for a local accounting firm, and her brother was a junior IRS investigator in Pittsburgh. I sent her all the files I had. Bella's business accounts, screenshots of sales, cash transfers, suspicious consulting payments sent from Bella's account to Diane's, and the personal loan they forged in my name. 2 weeks later, Tina texted me, "You just lit a match. IRS is opening a preliminary look at Bella's taxes. If half of what you sent is real, they're screwed." Turns out Bella never paid business taxes. Not once. She reported thousands in consulting expenses but listed no income. Her brand wasn't even registered with the state. Just a PayPal, a Shopify site, and a borrowed LLC name that didn't match the products. Fraud. Plain and simple. The IRS sent a letter to the address Bella used, Diane's house. Jason messaged me not long after. "Did you do this? They're coming after her. She's not strong enough for this." I didn't reply. I didn't need to. A month later, I got a certified letter from a lawyer representing Bella. It was a joke. Some vague cease and desist claiming I'd harassed her, sabotaged her company, and caused emotional harm. My own lawyer laughed. "She's panicking. They're going under." By then, Bella's car had been repossessed. Jason had taken a temp job delivering furniture. Diane went quiet on social media. Then, just as I thought things were settling, I got a surprise visit at work. It was a woman, mid-30s, dressed in a blazer. She waited in the lobby until I finished with a patient. She walked up to me and said, "I'm Jennifer. I'm Bella's old supplier. You don't know me, but I know what they did to you." She handed me a manila folder. Inside were screenshots, unpaid invoices, and emails from Bella's email address, some threatening, some admitting she used Jason's credit to buy fake followers and review bots. "They owe me $12,000, Jennifer said. But I've given up on the money. I just wanted you to have this." I added it to my growing collection. The folder was getting thick now. But I wasn't done collecting. Because what I found next. That's when everything shifted. I decided to dig into the business address Bella listed on her old website. I searched the name, Bella B. Threads LLC, on the Pennsylvania Business Registry. It didn't exist. But another business under Diane's name did. Same street. Same mailbox number. Diane was funneling the money through her own fake LLC and writing it off on her taxes as a loss. Jason's money. My money. Loan money. All of it. And it wasn't just illegal. It was enough to bury them if the IRS looked even a little deeper. And now I had the trail. All I had to do was wait. The IRS audit hit Diane's mailbox like a thunderclap. I didn't know the exact day they showed up, but I got a text from Tina's brother, "It's active. They're investigating both the mom and the daughter now." Good job. I didn't feel good. I felt numb. But calm. Like finally, things were moving in the right direction. Jason called me 3 times the next day. I didn't answer. But on the 4th, he left a voicemail. His voice was shaking. "I didn't know, okay? I didn't know my mom was hiding money through the business. I thought we were just helping Bella. I thought it was going to be temporary." He took a breath. "Now they're saying I might be responsible too. For the loan. For the transfers. They said I signed off on some tax forms." I don't even remember. I just did what they told me. That's what it always came down to with Jason. Doing what they told him. Never thinking for himself. never protecting me. I didn't call him back. I stayed out of it. I let the lawyers and the system handle it. Over the next few weeks, it all started crashing down. Bella's credit score dropped below 500. The IRS froze one of her accounts. Turns out she hadn't filed personal taxes for 2 years either. She owed almost $20,000 in back taxes and penalties. Diane's house got a lien slapped on it. They took her 2016 Lexus for review under asset seizure, and the shady LLC was flagged as fraudulent. Jason had no money. He tried to sell his car, but the loan balance was higher than the value. He moved in with a coworker from the warehouse job he picked up. I heard from a mutual friend that he'd been drinking more, missing shifts. They said he looked like a zombie. A month after the IRS started digging, I officially filed for divorce. When he got the papers, he didn't even fight it. He just signed. No lawyers. No arguments. Nothing left to split. The only thing we really owned was the couch and a fridge I had already replaced. It was over. The worst part? I didn't feel like I won. I just felt done. But it wasn't the same for them. I started hearing things. Little things. Bella had a full-on breakdown. She posted some bizarre rant video blaming haters for her business collapsing. She cried, smeared makeup all over her face, accused people of not supporting women-owned brands. The video went viral, for the wrong reasons. People in town started commenting. Someone dug up screenshots from her PayPal showing she'd sold bootleg designs stolen from Etsy creators. Another girl came forward saying Bella never shipped her order and called her a cheap hag over email. Then it hit the news. Not big news, local station, Channel 9. A story about online boutique busted for tax evasion and financial abuse. They blurred names, but everyone in town knew who it was. I watched the segment twice. Once in disbelief. Once in silence. Then I shut off the TV and made a cup of tea. A few weeks later, I saw Diane at the grocery store. She was standing near the clearance freezer, digging through bags of frozen veggies like her life depended on it. She didn't see me. Her hair was grayer. Her nails were unpolished. She wore old sweatpants and off-brand sneakers. No purse. No jewelry. The woman who used to brag about Sunday brunches at the golf club was now clipping coupons in silence. And I just walked past. She didn't deserve my words. She didn't deserve me. Jason reached out one last time, a few months after the divorce finalized. I still had the number saved. The message was short, "I'm sorry. I lost everything. I miss you." I stared at it for a while. Then I deleted the message. Because that part of my life was over. I've moved on. I got a better apartment. A quieter job at a private clinic closer to the city. I started saving again, not for a family or a house, but for myself. For the first time in a long time, I'm not waiting on someone else to choose me. I choose me. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that family isn't about blood. It's about who protects you when it counts. Not the people who expect you to sacrifice everything just because they never figured out their own lives. Jason, Bella, Diane, they got what they earned. Every bit of it. And me? I got free.